this show is entirely listener supported. That's you. You're a listener. If you want to support the show and find out how to get bonus content and early episodes and monthly video hangouts with me and Jeff, you can head to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.
It's like we're in 1989 and virtual reality is shipping out and it's shitty, except it's not shitty this time.
It's not shitty this time, and you don't have to go to the mall to play it. It's real, and it's in your home. God, I can't fucking... Oh, I'm so psyched. Why are we even recording this instead of being in virtual reality?
We should be in virtual reality doing this.
This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Cannata.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens. How do you feel about horses?
I don't have that kind of horse love that some people have.
Whoa, what kind of horse love are you talking about?
Well, any kind, really. There's a degree of horse love. You know, it's a spectrum.
Sure, it's a spectrum of horse love. It's a fluid spectrum.
Yeah, I'm very far on the whatever end that I'm not a huge fan of horses. I've ridden horses.
Yeah,
I've gone to places where you can ride horses. I've ridden horses. I don't find it to be as fun and captivating as a lot of people do.
I think they are amazing creatures.
Oh, clearly.
I do. And I've the few times that I've stared a horse in the face or I've been around a horse.
Yeah.
I've
saw your future.
The horse is, well, we all know that if you stare a horse in the face and it doesn't blink for 15 seconds, you see your own death.
Yeah.
That's just horse. We know that.
That's just horse.
But,
a horse is a horse, of course. Stare in the face of a horse and you're fucked.
That's the old saying from Nick at Night. Very prescient, Nick at Night. No, the couple times that I've stared a horse in the face and just been around a horse, I've been like, oh shit, this thing is giant.
Yeah.
And probably pretty smart. And I don't know what it's going to do next. This is weird.
Well,
I feel weird. I don't know, man. There are certain animals where you look at them and you're just like, you're too smart and you're too big and you're too close to me, and what are you about?
I don't doubt that horses are smart, but most of the time I look at a horse and it's sad. It seems very sad to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, and we'll get to the story in just 1 second, but I feel like most of the time when I see horses, it is like Horse and Carriage in New York. I used to see those a lot.
So sad looking.
Sad.
Yeah.
Very sad. Or, children's birthday party or petting zoo or a zoo horse.
Yeah.
Sad.
Zoo horse.
Kind of bummed out horse.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, man, when we went to Iceland and we saw the Icelandic horses.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Majestic.
Oh, and you just look in their eyes and they're like, fucking run this island. You just see it in their eyes. They're just like, this is where I belong. When you see
Are they
a horse,
wild?
Some of them are not really. I mean, they were all brought over.
Huh.
But they are different looking than horses here. They're just like, I don't know. There's something about their faces that's different. They're like bigger a little bit, but they
wear
crazy
like swan costumes.
Yeah, they're really weird and avant-garde, and like
they sing in really strange but melodic voices.
Yeah, it's cool. They're kind of they're like really on the edge of what's happening in music, which is what the best thing about them.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It's not all for me. It's not the most accessible.
They're Bjorses.
Yeah, but we didn't have to go there. Everybody you didn't have to do it. You didn't have to go all the way there, you son of a bitch. But no. But one thing that I think that I've seen whenever I've looked into a horse's face is complex expression, and I think an understanding of my emotions as well.
Really?
I think so. And we got a story sent in to us by Chad Thandy 19 to the We Have Concerns subreddit. That's wehaveconcerns.reddit.com. That he sent in a newly published study that says horses can absolutely recognize human emotion and facial expression.
Oh, how do we know that? From watching Nick at Night for years?
Yeah.
And seeing how Mr. Ed would always just sort of pick up on what was going on.
Yeah, they just got, this was researchers at Sussex University in England, and they just got Mr. Ed.
Oh, so they're like, guys, new study!
dudes, this is crazy! No, so they made these high quality, huge color prints of one guy making different expressions and showed them to horses while the horses were hooked up to all of these sensors, and they were using cameras, and they were like measuring changes in like the horse's vitals.
Wow.
And the horse definitely responded to the different emotions shown in the pictures.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like heart rate went up, breathing changed, like, you know, different things about the horse changed in reaction to the different pictures.
So the horse is looking at somebody making a frowny face, and its heart speeds up or something.
Yeah, it sees somebody angry, and it's like, whoa, what is going on with this guy?
Yeah.
Chill the F out.
Now,
I'm just trying to make my music, man.
Yeah. Do you think that this is unique to horses? Is that
Nope.
what they're saying?
I don't think so. I mean, we just had a couple months ago, we had the same study about dogs.
Right.
They say dogs can recognize different expressions on humans.
Yeah.
I think a lot of I mean, it's evolutionarily beneficial to be able to tell the different expressions of the different things within your environment.
I always find it odd when I look at a dog right in the eye, and
you see your own death because you thought it was just a horse thing.
I thought it was just a horse
It's
thing.
just certain breeds of dogs.
Yeah. You wouldn't think that Chihuahua would be able to.
Oh, that's why they're always shaking.
Yeah. There's so much death inside
That's
them.
why they're so nervous, is they see all the death. Soothsayers, really.
That's not good. They're
Nope.
so tiny and there's so much death in there.
It's a lot of darkness to hold inside of a 4-pound body. It really is.
Yeah, you should really be aware of that before you purchase a Chihuahua.
Yeah, there are a lot of, I mean, look, they have like some health problems. They have some respiratory issues.
Yeah.
They need to play a lot because they're high energy.
Yeah.
And they can see all of the death and they carry it inside of them. And if you're not ready for that,
You should probably just get a Labrador.
you know, or
Happier
like
dog.
start with a goldfish that can only see industrial accidents.
Yeah. That it only has a very short lifespan and only sees industrial accidents.
That's all it can see is like, it can look at you and tell if you're going to be in an industrial accident. And you know, the nice
The
thing
chances
about
are low.
the chances are super low. And the other thing is they don't really have expression. So you're not going to see it reflected back at you.
It's also why factory workers so rarely have fish.
Yep.
It all really makes sense now.
That's why miners used to bring canaries into mines, is they can tell when a cave-in is going to happen because they can see it.
Right.
They can see it in your soul.
Because they've eaten so much fish.
Yeah. Yeah, that all clocks. That works out.
I'm glad we're so well educated about this stuff.
This is
But
a science podcast, by the way.
When I look at a dog and it like makes eye contact with me and then it gets excited, like, why should it know that I'm looking at it?
Yeah.
Why should it know that we are having a connection right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, it knows that you're looking at it because we all have all living things have a sense of being stared at that comes from looking for predators in your area and
Right.
looking for friendly faces in your area.
Yeah.
Looking for hot teens in your area.
Like all dogs do.
Like all dogs do.
I mean, like dog, right?
Like-
right.
like
What's
real-
up, dog?
like real dogs
Yeah,
do.
dog.
Yeah, no, but it's not so much to me that the dog knows that you're staring at it. It's that the dog can read intent. That's the cool
You
thing.
think so?
Oh, yeah.
It gets excited because it looks at me and it goes, "Oh, you want to give me food, bro?
Oh, you look friendly.
You love me.
You seem great. Because if you look at a dog, but you look at a dog with an angry expression on your face, and the dog, especially if the dog doesn't know you, the dog's like, whoa,
Yeah.
no. And that's why,
I've never done that because I've never been angry at a dog.
of course not.
Yeah.
Why would you be?
Yeah.
But you think about,
Let alone a horse.
no, who would be angry at a
How
horse?
could you be angry at a horse?
Well, like if you were on a farm and like the horse kicked you or kicked somebody you knew, like and
Yeah.
really killed,
then you really give it a stern
or
look.
stomped on you,
And you're like, horse, I'm
then
giving
it
you
would
the
just-
stink eye.
and then it would just kick you again.
Yeah. And that's really a cycle of violence that we don't want to perpetuate.
Yeah.
It goes kick, look, kick, look, kick, look, kick, look.
And
it
that's
just
what
never.
these people were trying to study, is we're trying to break the cycle of horse on man violence.
I think that's very wise.
That's
the whole
really what
kick
this
look
is about.
phenomenon is bad.
So this same team also found out a couple years ago that horses have facial expressions as well.
Well, Mr. Ed, he made his lips move.
Right.
His face indicates what he feels.
He kind of like
yeah.
does a head bop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's how you know.
Kids, ask your grandparents who Mr. Ed is.
I did watch a lot of Mr. Ed when I was a kid. In fact, I know the entire theme song.
A
Not
horse
just
is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is a famous Mr. Ed.
Go right to the source and ask the horse. He'll give you the answer that you'll endorse. He's always on a steady course. Talk to Mr. Ed. Oh, people yakety yak a streak and waste their time a day. But Mr. Ed will never speak unless he has something to say. Oh, a horse is a horse,
of course.
That's it, baby.
Yeah.
You're with me.
Yeah. I remember 90% of all television theme songs throughout history.
Our entire audience has shut off the podcast.
Yeah, sure.
But that's
okay.
You
know what the problem is we weren't harmonizing. If we
should
had
have
been
been.
harmonizing, ooh.
I was just seeing if you knew the lyrics, but
Ooh.
we should have harmonized.
We really should.
We should have done a little.
You know what we do? We need to come from a place of mutual respect. We need to understand. We need to believe. Yes, we both know the lyrics.
We should have done that.
And then give it our all.
I assumed that I was the only
Like a man
person that
and a
would know
horse
that.
would
like
do.
a man and a horse. We
like
should be
Ed and Wilbur would do.
like the Belle Biv DeVoe
of
horses.
Yeah.
That's what we could have done. There's no going back now, though. It's okay.
It's fine.
We'll move forward. Did you ever watch Lancelot Link?
Is that moving forward? Sure. Yeah, of course I watched Lancelot Link,
Secret Chimp.
Yeah.
Oh, Lancelot!
And Mata Hari.
Yeah. I mean, there was a whole series of let's put animals and force them into terrible situations where they look like their lips are moving.
Yeah.
And then we
Talking animals.
VO in actors. Complete animal cruelty, I think, on every level, but very entertaining shows if you're 6.
There were 2 separate Magical World of Disney movies that I remember that involved a talking cat.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Number 1 was a movie about an old woman who leaves her inheritance, her riches, to a cat that can secretly talk, that makes friends with a little girl. Is that the one with the collar?
The collar that glowed when it talked?
No, it could just talk.
Well, there was a Disney one where the cat wore a collar and it would light up.
Was that the 3 Lives of Thomasina?
I think it might have been.
Where like at the end Thomasina actually does die and there's like a hall of cats that it walks down.
I don't remember
and
that.
It's like dry ice and smoke. And it's like the different lives of this cat throughout history.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah, it was good, man. But also I was 6, so don't believe me when I say that it was good.
Did you ever see The Horse in the Gray Flannel Suit?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Fred McMurray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fred McMurray.
Yeah. Shaggy Dog and the Shaggy DA with Dean Jones.
Nice.
Dean Jones, by the way, died this past year.
Sad.
I saw it in the Oscars.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sad.
Anyway,
kids,
horses.
ask your parents about all of that.
Yeah. Horses and horse intelligence.
So these horses are smart.
Super smart.
Not smart enough to, get out of pulling a carriage through Central Park.
No, well, I don't know if it's not that they're smart enough. We just make them subservient to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what they say is interesting is that we've known for a very long time that horses are a socially sophisticated species. So they're probably reading facial expressions and emotions between one another.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we've seen that they can do it cross-species and
That's
distinguish positive and negative human facial expressions.
That's why we got to put those blinders on them, because otherwise they'd be constantly sharing expressions about us to each other.
Dude, and that's the last thing I need is them like sharing looks.
Yeah.
Like, don't roll your eyes at me when
I
I'm
know
telling
what
you
that
to do.
means, horse. Yeah, come on, buddy. Really? All I said was stomp out your age, and you're just gonna roll your eyes at me, bastard. All right, I'm putting on the blinders.
That's not even a horse sound. That's how disgusted
That's how disgusted it was. Yeah.
And there is no. I want people to know that they say that this was perfectly clear. Like they have enough data to go like, no, there is no margin of error here.
What does that mean? There's no subjective sort of impression that they're getting that it's emotion. They really do think. Literally, we see brain activity, we see heart rate, we see
and emotional responses that are appropriate to the emotion they're seeing. So when they saw angry facial expressions, quicker increase in their heart rate, the horses move their heads to look at the angry faces with their left eye. Like they wouldn't make direct eye contact. They were doing that sort of like animal looking around. Like,
God,
I don't
you
want
don't have to tell me. Another animal.
I'm just trying to see my own death, horse.
Yeah. Give me a window into my ultimate demise, please.
I'm just enough with this dicking around and like avoid me. I know I'm a little worked up. It's fine, but I'm going to get even more worked up if you just don't show me how I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Horse.
Just show me my death, horse.
God.
You know what?
That's why they hire so many horses for kids' birthday parties.
Yeah.
Is to let the kids know, like, hey, there's never been a better time to let you know about your own mortality.
Yeah.
This is a celebration, and we're celebrating because it is finite.
Right. This is, we're counting down, or counting up. You know, we're counting up your birthday and down your days toward ultimate death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's important. And now we can have some cake.
Enjoy. And pin the tail on the donkey that sees your future.
I want a cowboy party. I want a Ninja Turtles party. I didn't want to see.
Junior.
I didn't want to see.
Junior, you're upsetting the horse.
I don't understand what I died doing. It was me and a woman, and we were in a bed. Like there was a belt, but we weren't using. Did she not know how to use a belt?
Oh boy. Junior, I'm
learning too much
today. You're learning too much today. Just have some more cake.
I wanted a Ninja Turtle party. You said it, Mr. Ed.
Oh boy. My favorite thing is when our show gets into auto asphyxiation jokes.
Yeah.
That's the best part. For kids at their birthday party. It's a family show.
The cool thing about this is we've seen this in dogs. We've seen this in horses. We've seen it in sheep. Sheep have been shown to recognize and be calmed by photographs of other sheep and photographs of humans that they know. Like animals is smart. That's what we're learning. Dude.
Yeah, they have emotional intelligence. I think we've talked about that numerous times now on the show, that have emotional intelligence. But what do we do with that, right? Because we're still...
Trick them.
We're tricking them.
That's what we do. Continue to trick them in new and better ways.
I mean, do you think that like whole dog shaming thing works? Like, do they understand that they're being shamed?
My dog, I genuinely think, knows when it has a bad haircut.
Which is almost always.
Yeah, when we first give our dog a haircut, like, because we don't want to go in like, look, I love my perfect prince, I really do.
Right, but not enough to pay for a haircut.
Not enough to go in once a month to get him a haircut.
That's why
stupid.
Anthony does all his dog haircuts himself.
I don't even cut my hair once a month.
Right.
And dog haircuts are super expensive.
Well, it's hard to get him to sit on that little seat and hold still while you put the little bib on him.
You lather up his little face and like have him lean back.
Yeah, but you know
what? He
what?
hates the hot towel.
He really does. But you still do it because you care.
Because I care. Because I love my perfect prince. No, so we'll get him shaved down, really shaved down once every couple months because it's also hot here, so it's better. But he knows that he looks dumb. Yeah. For the first day or two afterwards, he's like, ugh. And he knows when he looks particularly cute. He can tell when people are into him, man. And he's like, yeah, what's up? I'm the perfect prince. And you know it.
Oh, man.
He is full of himself.
You're sure that's not you projecting?
No, but I think that this is what I'm saying.
Does this correspond to when you feel cute and you feel pretty too?
No, because that motherfucker doesn't care when I'm feeling particularly attractive.
Well,
I try to let him know.
That flies in the face of this data. Then, if he looks at you and he doesn't see any kind of cuteness, maybe he doesn't care.
Maybe
they don't have emotional intelligence.
Maybe they can see emotion, but they can't gauge whether another species is attractive or not. Do you think a dog shaming, putting a plaque up again? I don't think your dog understands why the sign is particularly shaming, but he understands that it's being shamed.
He has a sense of the emotion that you are projecting onto it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
If you look at those pictures and those dogs have this sad, downtrodden look on them, they get that they've done something wrong.
They get that this picture is a bad thing. I genuinely believe they do. I don't know. How smart do you guys think that your pets are, or any animals?
Have you ever dog shamed?
Yo. Listen, this is a safe place.
We can talk about it.
We can talk about it here. Just you can tweet at us. I'm at @acarboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those Mr. Ed, and we're gonna ask you to spell out the Mr.
Yeah, we don't want MRED because that's Mred, and people will be confused.
Yeah, that's a really popular hashtag.
Yeah.
Or not. Who knows? Hey, guys, we normally end the show by telling you to go to our store or to go to our Patreon or subscribe or whatever. Today, we'd like to ask you to do something that most of you were probably already going to do anyway. This is probably just a reminder for you. But hey, are you registered to vote?
Yeah, we think it's important. We're not going to tell you how to vote, but it's so easy to register to vote. If you're listening to this and maybe you've never voted or you just forgot, maybe you moved and you haven't registered.
Maybe think this year, this is not a year where my vote is going to matter too much.
It's not true, and it's important, and we believe in it. And it's super easy. All you got to do is go to usa.gov if you're in the United States. It's very simple to register to vote, and you can make a difference. You can have your voice heard.
Yeah, so go do that. And if we can prove it within the next 8 months, we're going to try to get it so horses can vote too.
Yeah, they feel. Why not let them vote?
That's a separate thing. We're going to start a petition on change.gov, and you don't need to worry about that yet.
Yeah.
Right now, just worry about getting yourself registered. And then next week, come on back and we'll tell you how to get your horse registered to vote.
Equestrian suffrage. Believe in it.